Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 3, day 2. It is July 17, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisor when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only, to support your knowledge in the market and see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, Monday session, holiday, low volume, leading into Tuesday, which just seemed to kick out the same kind of pace here in the market. Taking a look at the pre-market trend this morning on the NQ and the ES here. Both upside and downside, 50.19 before we make it down to that 5,000. Thought we were getting to that 50.19, but just happened to take a break at 50.29. Seem to be playing by the tens here. 60-minute chart, 15-minute each day posted pre-market 15 minutes. Check it out, including the range chart as well as we continue to consolidate at these highs. ES rolling down, looking at the upside 81, downside 19 with first levels of support down here, 58 and 50 down here. Let's see where market was able to roll out today. Let's take a look first at our daily gaps as we do each day. Did we close anything out? Where do the current existing gaps? Nothing on the YM, nothing on the ES as we consolidate sideways. It's NQ by a smidgen. Half a point here. 49.50 upside. So we got an upper gap up there. I'm sure that will close that. But we've been in a run on the NQ upside as we roll in earnings season. And before I forget, yep, it's Netflix tomorrow, up with first of the FANG stocks there. And crude just chopping it out here in the low 50s. Taking a look at the AD lines. Oh, by the way, in case this is the first time watching these videos, what's the purpose of looking at gap lines? Just to know levels of interest, they exist. What does that mean? Well, let's pick that ES. That's right, with 100% guarantee. 1860.75 is with a 100% guarantee that some point in the future, I don't know if it's tomorrow, I don't know if it's next week, 3 weeks, a year, 5 years, it will eventually close itself out. That means market has significant pullback in it, at least in the short term, to 2094 or 2197 when the market decides to recoil. All right, NISS AD lines, there it is. You can see market action a little bit choppy here on the YM, giving us an opportunity both to the downside, upside, but pretty much keeping in the range across the board. Nothing really running away here today. Let's take a look at the charts as we did this morning. Taking a look at the ES waking up here. There's our range today. Up to the MML lines, resistance here, 51.44. We got a trend coming down right now on the 60-minute chart, but finding that support here at the major support resistance. So we call that a range-bound session. 15-minute chart, a little bit more expansion. Again, same idea, resistance down to support here. A little bit wider as this time frame is a little bit different, but a couple opportunities here in the session as price action from the get-go lifted, chop and drop, and finish pretty much back up at today's open. That was our ES for today. Let's jump over to the YM, taking a look at the 60-minute and the 15-minute. Same thing, on the trend there on the ES. Let's go back for a second there. 60-minute ES, yeah, downside. I just haven't changed those colors. That's all right. So we are downside on the ES. Threw me off there for a second. All right, here we are. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that red color in the cloud. That's right. We're holding downside. Disregard any of the other levels up here. It's mostly major support resistance. Really didn't make it down here to that 19,688 that we'll take a look here in a couple minutes as what is significant on that number. But again, here on the 15-minute chart, price action for the most part, pre-market was upside, pulled back. And we got another lift, resistance up here around 19,805. Again, bigger picture is nice to have in mind, but the intraday picture want to get a little bit tighter. So I dropped down the time frame, not only minute charts, but range charts as well. So price action got a nice move down here all the way to the support and back up. Nothing to really write home about on the YM except that one solid move there in the PM session. All right, let's take a look at the NQ as we wrapped up today. Again, very range bound, 50 underneath 144, holding inside the resistance here on the MMLs. Stall week reversal, lining up 50.29. That was the support downside. So, yeah, I would have liked that run down to 50.19, but obviously that wasn't in the charts today. So price action had a nice little lift upside. We'll look at that on the charts. Came back down and pretty much finished back up at today's open. All right, let's take a look at the indices, then look at some of our other key major futures charts. All right, so market action pulled down. There it is. There's the entry, 50 below 144. You got the 534 in sync, setup number one. Whether you manage that downside via the swing highs or you simply look for re-entry, I would have been a little bit more cautious down here. Okay, price action returned up. Again, not a bad entry off the lows if that was your trading strategy. Second best setup right here, breakout upside. A little bit of rough spot here, and if you got chopped out, you might have had another opportunity here to the upside. Price action then chopped away from most of the session. By this point, if you're into the PM session, you're kind of like had it already, but hey, we got a nice setup right here, setup short. Price action rolled all the way down to the Globex low, a little bit of support here at 50.29. And by this point, why even bother? But that was the major nice move there of the day. Let's take a look at the YM. Pretty much same picture as the YM rolled out. Again, pre-market was, overnight session was pretty much upside. Then we got this retrace here pre-market, but then price action moved down. Give you another opportunity up here. Another pocket here is the 534 was in sync. And then there was that afternoon move that we saw on the other index NQ downside. Really nice with the 5144 also downside. Gave us a nice short side setup. Take a look at the ES here. Price action again, very choppy across the board. Again, it's your choice to go to a higher time frame if it's a chop, or go down the smaller time frames. You might have more opportunity. Again, we said pre-market was upside overnight, and then we had downtrend, and then so downtrend markets continuing the Monday low volume. Price action got a lift pre-market. And then here we are as price action attempted to go here. Didn't get much here on the ES. That was the better of the move here about post 30 minutes as price action ran up here to the resistance, MML resistance. Price action pulled back down and get all of this pretty much chopped. Then you had a break of the VWAP here. And price action managed to move down all the way to support. So better move here. Take a contract off and let it run on the HA bar. So nice move on the ES. All right, taking a look at some of the other indices, how they fare. Crude, again, a little bit choppy here as price action ran up, pretty much pulled back. Same idea here. Look for the price action to be in sync with the HA bars and the 534, either above or underneath the cloud. And then you got this guidance of market internal of the MML charts to say, do we have a runaway or are we in a range-bound session? So not really much to write home on the crude. Again, gold with a really nice move. Globex session there was moved to the upside. Can't complain about moves like that, guys. Write it down. Take a pick. There it is. 50 above 144. That's the core right there with the 534. You can throw on any moving average you want. You're above VWAP here. Price action runs itself up. Nice move. Price action pulls back. And again, pretty much the rest of the day, you just chop it out. There was a nice move as the gold. But this is your regular trading hours, so you really didn't go anywhere on the crude in the market for U.S. regular trading hours. Yen got beat up a little bit more. Again, a little bit more opportunities on the yen than on the gold as price action pre-market overnight holding down here at resistance. And finally broke up upside. Here we go. Price action breaking up, pulling back. A lot of chop. Really, probably by trade management, probably wouldn't have been able to stay in this very long on the yen today. Again, I probably, with the setup on the 10-7, seeing how much it chopped, I would have simply gone to like a 15-tick chart and just, obviously that's a lot easier to manage. As you can see here, not as much chop. You got the price action breakout above the cloud. There it is. You probably stopped out. You try it again, probably stopped out. Again, if your stop was at the swing size here on this move and you got all charts in the green, you're more likely to stay in it. But again, if you bailed, you had another opportunity upside. Price action pulled back, no move here. So again, I probably would have left the yen by itself today. And euro, again, same picture as price action If you go to the overnight session, there it was. Really nice run up from yesterday and pretty much chopped it out the remainder of the session. All right, as we roll into tomorrow, let's take a look at some of the charts. Here's the YM as current daily picture. We're sitting in that 20K overhead over looms. We're nowhere near going to ring that bell yet. Here we are approaching that 688 as I mentioned before. Watch for the 50 MA support. If we break that 688, sure, we got levels downside all the way down to 18750 if we want to really tear it up. But you can see here for the most part last week we held up here at 766 upside, really unable to break that overbought reversal here, 883. Again, high number there on 20K on the range chart here, but we're finding support here, 688 across the board. If we break that, I'll look back down here to the 50 MA around 560, and right below that I'll be looking to the 5144 cloud. Let's take a look at the ES daily and the 75 tick range chart. Again, overhead 81.25, 2250 downside. That's our range. We go to the lower time frame, like a 15-minute chart. We go to a range chart. It's up to you. There it is. We've been pretty much range bound between this 73 and 2250. So breakout upside 73. We'll have a reset on the MML levels, but we'll look to the 15-minute chart as we do. Again, remember we mentioned the 15-minute chart has a shorter time frame, so those levels plus the HA bars in sync to give us a higher probability setup as we do. And what do I mean? There it is. That's what I mean. Higher probability setups on the HA bars on the small time frame. Smallest time frame we go. All right, there it is. So again, watch that 2250 downside on the ES rolling into tomorrow, and anything lower, we're looking at all the way down to 2218. All right, let's finish up on the charts here with the NQ as we do. 5078 is really the overhead looking first as we have a little bit of resistance here at the 5039 for some time, but we finally broke that 5039, finding what used to be resistance, now support here. Price action finding that support today at 5029 on the smaller time frame. As we did here, let's just jump right there. As you saw that, there it was, 5039 all the way down to 5029. All right, so that's why we look at the 15-minute chart. But again, 5039 level to watch. Break that, look down to 50K. But before that, watch that 5019. We break that. Then we're going to be looking at numbers like 4921 with a possible stop here at 4960 and all the way down to 4375 and all the way downside. So keep that chart handy as we do each day in the pre-market trend. All right, where are we headed tomorrow? Well, I can't tell you where we're headed. I can tell you economics-wise, we got a couple Red Star events here. Plus, Yellen speaking, Beige Book is up, so keep your eyes open for that. Thursday, again, we got plenty, plus Yellen speaking again. Friday, just light on the econ data, but again, that's inauguration. Hey, you know, consensus, perhaps market's just waiting for the inauguration to be over, see what where the market economic policies will go politically, and then market might decide to jump on that. Hey guys, make sure to check out the pre-market trend every day. I'll go ahead and post today's recap here in a little bit. Trading session recap week 2, day 2. And always check out the technical momentum outlook on the weekends as we take a look at the bigger picture, taking a look at charts like the weekly. That's something I'll be starting this week. Actually, give you a preview here. Already got that going. Let's just take a look. Here's a preview. There's the daily. There's the weekly. There's the 4-hour, and there's the 60-minute. 4-hour daily and weekly chart to really give you the bigger picture. Where are we sitting right now? Both on HA bars, 50 MA, and these MML lines, which has been really nice guidance for support. All right, that concludes it, guys. I think I'm done. Insight into the daily trend and technical momentum of those indices and some of those key future markets that some of you might be watching. Hey guys, feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My mantra, one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only watch what's in front of me and on my charts. As always, I leave the bias at the door when trading. Hey, for those of you that are interested in joining us in our community of like-minded traders with possible high probability setups on any given day, I can't guarantee anything. Some days is like watching the paint dry or grass grow. But feel free to email me, David at Trading Fibs. You may join us on those Thursdays or Fridays to view the live chart setups as they happen each day in the trading room. Hey guys, wherever you may be, have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you are. Good day, good night, and good trading to you.